I particularly have been privileged to walk the first cohort in the self-leadership space, basically self-awareness and the components around self-governance as a precursor to being an effective leader, and also to be open to how you engage with the generation that you've been called to.
How do we speak to opportunities that help us transition peacefully?
When the opportunity is given to you, what you do with it is so critical.
In learning to lead yourself, in a sense, it helps you to also lead others. Because now you know, you don't have to be extroverted to be a good leader.
We are excited to hear from some of our remarkable fellows. Let's dive right in and learn about their experiences.
One of the most important things I learned from self-awareness. You need to understand who you are, create your values, know what your passions are, because you have to be someone before you become anything else. If my value is integrity, in failure, in success, it still has to be my value at all times.
In our generation, it is true that we have time. How, whichever form it takes, is a different conversation. It is true that we have the energy. It is also true that a time is going to come when you say it is a good thing to do, but I don't think I have the energy to do it.
According to self-awareness, I have been put into consideration the timing and energy. As far as we are moving forward, time can't wait for us. Then we need to work today so that we can reach our milestone tomorrow. And I have noticed that we need to work according to the sustainability and environmental impact so that really we can be the benefits for ourselves and for the entire community.
The EAC Fellowship has been so amazing to me. One, it's made me to get connected with my family. I remember the first session when Mr. Duncan was sharing with us his personal experience between his both parents. So I found myself that also I was in the same situation with him. I've been disconnected from my father for almost 15 years. So when he talked about him forgiving the father and helping the father, it teared me apart. The following days, he also spoke about forgiveness. You forgiving yourself, forgiving everyone that has wronged you. So I called him, I told him I've forgiven you of all you've done to us as your children, and we are ready to admit you back. So it has connected me back to my family, and that's the most amazing thing.
Jump right.
The EAC Youth Fellowship session on self-leadership is monumental. I learned leadership is a judgment call, and the leader doesn't necessarily have to hold a position, but rather inspire and influence others into taking actions to achieve a certain goal for the common good. And furthermore, we young Africans who happen to be the custodians of the future that this continent deserves must understand what are the needs and the preferences when we head to the negotiation table, so that we do not compromise the interest of the African people and later on miss out on achieving the Agenda 2063.
I learned that the biggest assignment is not to lead others, but to lead yourself in a world full of distraction. I will have my ups and downs as anyone else, but what will make me a leader is to know the right thing to do in the right time and the right context.
Whatever challenges we face as young leaders is a stepping stone towards success. What we have to do is just to embrace, learn, and grow with them.
I come to understand that leadership is a fact of judgment, not qualifications. And I learned that values are not material, but tangible. Values are not all things that we saw or we see on the walls, but what we can observe. I also learned that how to deal with my emotions that has been really affecting and motivating my decisions towards the work that I am doing, the people that I deal with, that today I learned how to deal with my emotions.
Self-governance and self-awareness becomes a key component on your approach to how then engage or walk around at the grassroots level or the community you're within, the context you find yourself in. And so because of that, then it's important to equip the generation so that when leadership calls or opportunities arise, then they're able to be a little more sharper and attend to them in a better way than if they were not prepared.
Yes, okay. You guys, we are losing this side.
It has been very unique, so much unique in that it has also been somehow Afrocentric. So it was able to cane us a little, but at the same time be able to direct us to the path that we so much have neglected. So to me, it was both a normal fellowship, but also beyond that, a free therapy session. But also, I think it's very transformative, and has been a very great honor to take chance in such a fellowship, because beyond the trainings and everything, even its bigger vision and purpose is even more interesting. We look forward to those very many beautiful placements where we can then be able to start to walk the talk. Beyond telling the young people about what they can do, they can also be given some level of responsibility and be entrusted in it to learn on the job, to learn in real community placements. That's the most interesting part of the fellowship that I look forward to, even beyond the already interesting one that already happened, or very deep lives.
The time comes for a generation to be great, and this just could be their time. And in terms of them knowing themselves that there is no time, the time is ripe for them to take up roles, and the faster they sharpen themselves through also self-understanding and self-awareness, it becomes critical and helpful for them to answer to the questions that they have been called to. And that my urge to them is to know that they are not the future leaders, the leaders of today, and as they take care of themselves, sharpen their intellect, sharpen their social skills, sharpen their empathy levels, then they will be ready to face and attend to the questions that the generation calls them to answer to.